Sun's barely gone, engine scream. Monday night don't mean no dream. Dirt track prepped, clay packed tight. This town's awake for a full throttle fight. Steel and rubber, row on row. Different rides, but one thing's known. When the green flag starts to wave, only the fearless get brave. Tracks keep changing, setups too. New lines, new battles, nothing new. It's Monday Night Mayhem. Hear the thunder roar. Brought to you by Knuckleheadz Racing. Always wanting more. Cars are ready, drivers insane. Fearless under lights, born for the strain. Different cars, different tracks, same demand. Can these guys handle the changes? Hell yes they can. Hell yes they can. 1 week slick, next week rough. Short track tight, then a mile of dust. Late models, mods, sprints and fly. Every lap's a test on a Monday night. No comfort zone, no easy way. Adapt to get left in the clay. Grip disappears, lines fall apart. That's where you separate the men from the heart. It's a Monday Night Mayhem, no holding back. Knuckleheadz Racing, putting skill to the track. Under the lights, every move is loud. Fearless drivers, Knuckleheadz proud. Different cars, different tracks, same demand. Can these guys handle the changes? Hell yes they can. Broadcast live, calling every slide. Is Bob the man from down under, right by our side. Every pass, every bump, every stand, bringing the action coast to coast, lap by lap. When the groove fades and the cushion's gone, Knuckleheadz driver, just digging strong. It's a Monday Night Mayhem, last lap stand, engines wide open, dirt on demand. Brought by Knuckleheadz, built for the test. Different rides, different tracks, still the best. Can they handle the changes, the chaos, the flame? Hell yes they can. Knuckleheadz reign. Knuckleheadz reign. Yeah. Lights go dark, dust settles again, but next Monday night, mayhem wins. Sun's barely gone, engine scream. Monday night don't mean no dream. Dirt track prepped, clay packed tight. This town's awake for a full throttle fight. Steel and rubber, row on row. Different rides, but one thing's known. When the green flag starts to wave, only the fearless get brave. Tracks keep changing, setups too. New lines, new battles, nothing new. It's Monday Night Mayhem. Hear the thunder roar. Brought to you by Knuckleheadz Racing. Always wanting more. Cars are ready, drivers insane. Fearless under lights, born for the strain. Different cars, different tracks, same demand. Can these guys handle the changes? Hell yes they can. Hell yes they can. 1 week slick, next week rough. Short track tight, then a mile of dust. Late models, mods, sprints and fly. Every lap's a test on a Monday night. No comfort zone, no easy way. Adapt to get left in the clay. Grip disappears, lines fall apart. That's where you separate the men from the heart. It's a Monday Night Mayhem, no holding back. slide is Bob the man from down under, right by our side. Every pass, every bump, every stand, bringing the action coast to coast, lap by lap. When the groove fades and the cushion's gone, Knuckleheadz drivers just digging strong. It's a Monday night mayhem, last lap stand, engines wide open, dirt on demand, brought by Knuckleheadz, built for the test. Different rides, different tracks, still the best. Can they handle the changes?
Right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. Got an episode of BobbethTV coming your way. And I just realised the race sound was going that entire intro, so I apologise if that was a jarbled mess of sound for the last few minutes, whatever. Let's get the racing sound up there now, though. And get on over to our race screen. Back from a weekend trip away, and it was busy. Barely slept, barely rested, and raring to go. As you see here, KP Plumbing Sunday night showdown, the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We're here at the Lanier National Speedway, Braselton, USA. Doing modifieds. This one is going to be pretty fun to watch. There's let's see, 15 race cars registered for today's race. There's Brett Vanderwood, who's that runner who looks like 21 Kelly it is. Very tight technical track, no room for errors tonight. This one, there's going to be probably a few racing deal incidents. It is going to be tough, a lot of cars, not much real estate. I'm glad to be in the booth and not on the track. Ken McLean has quick time at the moment, 13.404. Looks like his last lap's 14.104, so the track does appear to have slowed down a lot in the last 10 minutes of practice. 13.476 for Jonathan Foxworth, B-Main Bandit, second quickest. Brian Angel, the Old Outlaws, at 13.492, third quickest. Dawson Potter, 13.512, and Mike Mad Dog Davis, 13.523 to round out the top five. Chad Putterball's there in top six position, 13.532. Kelly McKellen at 13.550, when Trust McDonald 13.622 and 7th and 8th respectively. Mikey Mixter's got a 13.643 with a 13.671 for Brett Vanderwood. Bryce Freeze is here, 13.697. Wayne Bridges 13.749. Mike Butler 13.836, and Chris Perotta 14.179. Looks like Tina Davis has registered but not yet taken the track. How's everyone's weekend been? Sunday night in the States, Monday morning here in Australia, that's in the US. And we're Australia, Bob. Hope everyone had a great weekend. They'd start a new lobby, normally going over to qualifying by that quarter past, but as you can see on the timer, they've still got about 3.5 minutes to go. That is because they had some problems with the lobby, had to restart it. They've got a full 15-minute practice. You guys get a bit of extra, the same amount of time they normally would to practice on the track, to wear it in, get ready for that heat racing. Tina Davis has gotten out there. She was involved in that little mix-up there with Brent Vanderwood, and I think the other one was Kelly McKellen. Tina Davis 14.611 on the board. And, most of the times they're 14.556, so not that, only a tenth, less than a tenth of a second off. Tina Davis out there doing her first few laps, so she's up there with the race speed with the other crew already. Often see Tina Davis out there in the Sunday night series, dirt street stocks. Out here tonight in the UMPs as well. She's actually out there on the track. Let's check her line out. quite comfortable getting up to speed, running it through the corners, coming up high, rolling through sort of mid to low. Kelly, good luck out there. Thank you for the share. Kellen running 7th quickest with a 13.550. Currently running 14.5 was his last lap, 14.5 flat. That seems to be around the sort of average time. I guess he's 14.2s, 14.3s there, some 14.5s and 7s. Last lap. There we got football Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood. Looks like Kelly getting ready to roll back out. 00 Mike Butler. Butts is in the pits at the moment. Just about wrapped up practice. I was about to call it quali practice or practice or something. I don't know. Qualifying and practice. We're about to wrap up practice and move on over to qualifying. That's what I was actually trying to say. About 30 seconds to go. 14.3s seem to be the time at the moment. 14.4, 14.4, 14.4, 1, 2, and 14.4, 1, 4. Very similar times. 15.01, 3 for Keller McKellar. Wayne Bridges with a 14.6. We'll wrap up those last lap times. Only about 5 seconds left, so not really enough time to lock in those last laps. Tina Davis might do it. Maybe Brent Vanderwood, 14.957 and 14.908 for Bryce Freeze. Freeze. Sorry, Bryce. I won't question myself there. I knew what it was. All right, the 75, that's Kent McLean. He was quick time in practice. He is one of the first cars out there, the first car out there, in fact. It's the 11, Bryce Freeze. Chris Broders out there, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter. Let's see who's going to get the times. Times up first. We know Kent's probably going to get the time up first, but who's out there first? Who's going to get the quick time? Moist with the lurk, thank you. My bot is not working. I didn't start it. I knew I was trying to do something this morning. Thank you for the lurk, appreciate it. All right, Ken McLean does have the quick time. We said about 14.3, 14.340. Travis McDonald, second quickest, 14.428, 14.435 for Dawson Potter, Kelly McKellen, 14.504 and 14.524 for Chris Parada. That rounds out the top 5. Ooh, Travis McDonald takes quick time, pushes them all down a spot though, 14.317. Brett Vanderwood moves himself into the 6th place with 14.503, just 1,000 to the second fastest. Kelly McKellen. Chris Pryor's back there, 14.524 and a 14.592 in 9th. Bryce Freeze. Michael Mixter's got a 14.603. Chap Football pushes Bryce and him down a spot, getting that 9th quickest time, 14.583. Mike Davis is down there in the 12th quickest with a 14.610 and 14.686. Brian Angel in 13th. Wayne Bridges, 14th quickest with 14.692, 15.242. Tina Davis. Looks like Jim Revis is here, not yet out on the track for qualifying. Does have 2.5 minutes. So 15.242 the time to beat minimum. 14.317 for quick time. Let's see how he goes. First time on the board will be a 14.647, 13th quickest time. There's Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges, Tina Davis down a spot as he comes around for that last time. What's his time going to be? Will it be quicker than 14.6? 14.433, gets himself a third quickest time, 2,000ths of a second, 100th of a second quicker than Jonathan Foxworth and Dawson Potter and Jonathan Foxworth. Travis McDonald, thanks for the share. Good luck out there. Quick time 14.317. Gets pole position start in the first heat here tonight. That's due to start in about a minute's time. Good luck out there. We've got our 3 heats lined up, it looks like. Alright, they are lining up. We've got the names on the leaderboard, so our grid should work. Let's get that up on our screen so we can see it's heat 1. It's going to be inverted fields, Tina Davis and Mike Davis on that front row. Chad Puttable, Mike Butler, second row. Dawson Potter and Travis McDonald, third row. Did not see that coming at all. Brian Angel Sr., thank you for the like. Good luck, Yoda Outlaws. All right, inverted fields. Let's just check the lineup for tonight as well. We do have invert all, but it looks like we do have a few feature races. What the heck? Not sure we will have a D and a C main, but potentially we'll have to see how that goes. Oh, it looks like it might be a long one for the crew out there on the field. The 79, the 99 invert field for our grid on that front row. Shepherded by Mike Butler in the middle. They would have lined up there regardless. They're the only ones that are not disadvantaged by this at all. Dawson Potter and Travis McDonald, the two front rows, normally would start at the rear. 6 laps. Lanier National Speedway, a technical course. There is already a bit of an incident in the first turn between the 44. It looks like Tina Davis caution has come out. Let's just watch that start again. Tina went low, trying to allow them to start that field, but looked like as they said, Dawson Potter just got into the rear of Tina Davis, turning her around. Back up, Chad Puttable, Mike Davis, new front row, Travis McDonald, Mike Butler second. And it's going to be Tina Davis and Dawson Potter. Looks like Dawson Potter did go into the pits though. Tina Davis also did, but she's coming through pit lane now, it appears. Oh, that's Travis McDonald. Had to go through pits for some reason. might have got caught up in that somehow as well. Or maybe black flagged off the start. Not sure what's happened there. Back and race we go. Looks like it's green, white, check it. Just 2-lap dash. Chad Putterball in that front row. Mo Davis, Mock Butler, Tina Davis, Travis McDonald at the rear. Dawson Potter still in the pits. Come around for the last time. Looks like Chad Putterball. He's going to be our Heat 1 winner here. Running that last lap. It's weird. I bet you it's going to score Travis in the results. Because he seemed to be a lit race. But no, it was it's Chad Putterball. Though he lost the results anyway. I'd love to know what is up. Oh, I've got mouse aim turned on. Hang on, sorry. Off. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right, Heat 2. Bryce Freeze, Brian Angel in that front row. Canopy Kellen, Jonathan Foxworth. Man, I'm struggling already. Kent McLean. Jonathan Foxworth, Kent McKellen. Second row. Kent McLean on that third and final row. All right, let's see how we go this time. 6 laps of Lanier National Speedway. Tight technical racetrack that is going to be challenging in these dirt UMP modifieds. They require a lot of throttle control, lane choice. You're not always going to be able to race your line and hit your marks. So you're going to have to be able to adapt and roll with those punches. See how you go. But looking at the race lineup tonight, well, this looks like at least 2 features, at least a B main and an A main at 35 laps apiece. There's at least 75 laps of green flag feature racing to come tonight. So a lot of laps here at Lanier still to come. All right, pace trucks left the track. Boys coming down the straightaway. We are live in Heat 2. Brian Angel, Jonathan Foxworth, Bryce Freeze, Kellen McKellen and Kent McLean inverted starting lineup. That means the faster guys at the back, slow guys at the front. Like I mentioned, Heat 1, the middle lineup, row 2, sort of the least disadvantaged because they would have started row 2 regardless of the order. Third lineup with the number of cars in each heat. 3 laps into this one. Still 3 to go with the 5-car field. Jonathan Foxworth has got his race car in front of Brian Angel moving into race lead. Kent McLean has battled his way up into 3rd place behind Brian Angel. Kellen McKellen's there in 4th. Bryce Freeze dropped back to 5th place. Just 2 to go. Good examples of race cars not able to race their chosen line and not able to sort of benefit from that style and slightly different racing order. Come through for 3 and 4 for that last time. There's the checkered flag. The B main bandit Jonathan Foxworth is going to pick up the 2nd victory tonight here in Heat 2. Try and get these results out as quick as we can. On that break, Bryce Freeze in 5th, Kellen McKellen 4th, Brian Angel 3rd, Kent McLean 2nd, and the B main bandit himself in 1st, Jonathan Foxworth. We got it out. All right. 3, our final heat for tonight. Rooting up. Just wait for the system to register the cars on the track. That should give us our grid. There we go. Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter will be that front row. Chris Perrotta and Brett Vanderwood second row. Jim Ravis will be on heat 3. Heat 3. Row 3, Bob, in heat 3. Row 3 on heat 3. My God. Last heat 6 laps. Pretty sure everyone goes through to the B main, so it's going to be a double main event, we'll call it. Looks like, as they're both the same length, and doesn't seem that anyone advances from the heat races to the feature as we get heat 3 started. To Wayne Bridges, Chris Perrotta, Brett Vanderwood battling on that second row. Jim Revis back there at the end of the longest line. Qualifying out of these cars, but inverted starting lineup. Three in, 3 to go. Mikey Mixter still our race leader up high. Looks like Brett Vanderwood down low. Chris Perrotta, Jim Revis coming past Wayne Bridges, who was up high but got caught on the wall a little bit there. So they'll move up to 3rd and 4th respectively. Backstretch with 2 to go. White flag after this turn. Still running that high line, but gee, Brett Vanderwood looked cool. Yeah, trying to say he's looking at quick back there. 14.670 to 14.656. Mikey Mixter does have the quickest lap out of those two. 14.609 appears to be quick time though. Chris Perrotta in 3rd as we get checkered flag. Wayne Bridges in 5th. Jim Revis. Too, Bob. Jim Revis in 4th. Chris Perrotta 3rd. We lost it, damn it. All right, so it does look like some advance through. So we do have a few 35-lap main events here tonight. This is going to be a good, interesting night for these guys. Holy cow. The first of our mains, this is our C main. It's going to be Wayne Bridges and Tina Davis on that front row. Callum McKellen and Chris Perrotta, 2nd row. Mike Butler and Kent McLean, 3rd row. Mikey Mixter and Travis McDonald, 4th row. And if I saw correctly, I do believe the winners of the C and the B main, no, it is literally invert all the way through. Holy cow, this is a tough lineup tonight. 35 laps for the C main, then we'll have a B main, another 35 laps, then the feature race, 35 laps. That is a lot of racing to come. Truck leaves, the boy's going to fire, and we're going to get, well, the crew are going to fire. Tina Davis out there. Kenneth McLean, thank you for the like, my friend. A lot of racing still to come. Rest those arms, brother. A lot of people getting to rest for 35 laps. 8 of them, though, battling it out here now. Mike Butler, Mikey Mixter to the top 4, the back 4, Chris Perrotta, Ken McLean, Travis McDonald, and Tina Davis. I'm watching parts of Yard Outlaws Mike Butler. 0 there, green 3B chassis machine. Scott Callum, Wayne Bridges both ahead of him. Looks like this 8-car field sort of seems to be good enough that they're sort of split up a bit on the track and able to run their line in the top 5. Battling it out, Callum McKellen, our race leader. Mike Butler's moved up into 2nd. Wayne Bridges back to 3rd. Ken McLean is 4th. Travis McDonald 5th. Mike Mixon, Lieutenant Davis running out the rest of this field at 6th, 7th and 8th. For the night has been invert starts every race. Heat 1, 2 and 3, the C main have all been inverted from the traditional starting order, quickest to slowest, or winningest to losingest, so to speak. On the track map there, coming up on Gina Davis. Traditionally she will drop down low. He's currently staying up high. Looks like the guy's going to go down low below her. Mike Butler, Kelly McKellen, Ken McLean, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald. Oh, there is a bit of contact back there. Looked like it might have been the 79. 92, 88 possibly. George McDonald, thank you for the like. Welcome in. George Travis is currently 5th, making his way up through the field. Yellow flag didn't come out there, but there was a bit of contact. It looked like Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Lieutenant Davis, Mikey Mixter as well, getting caught up in that. Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter all heading into the pits. Davis is a couple of laps down, however. So so Tina Davis and Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges not losing their positions just yet. Mikey Mixter has dropped back to 8th. It's 2 laps down. Looks like Wayne got past Travis on the pit exit run. And then they must have had to let Travis pass and exit to avoid the black flag, I think. He seemed to have checked up. Mike Butler, our current race leader at lap 17 to 35, basically the halfway mark of this battle. Callum McKellen's 2nd, Ken McLean's currently 3rd with Chris Pryor 4th. Lieutenant Davis is currently 5th with Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter 6th, 7th and 8th. Of Kelly McKellen, lap 21, that comes to an end, lap 22 of it, 35, just 13 laps to go in this C main. We've still got a B main and our feature race, both 35 laps in length, so still 70 green flag laps to come at the end of this one. This one a 35 lap C main battle, the back 8, I guess, of the 15, the last half of the field. Currently battling it out, the front 8 will battle it, the front 7, I guess, will battle it in the B main. Inverted starts tonight have been the order though. So you normally go goes quickest to slowest, or winningest to losingest in the order of those through the heats. But inverted fields meant the quickest at the back. Has allowed other cars a bit of an opportunity up the front. Mike Butler not letting this C-main opportunity slip, still our race leader. He has broken away from Kelly McKellen and Kent McLean. He's got about a 1.9 second, almost 2 second lead over second and third, 8.5 over fourth place Chris Perotta. 2 laps down Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges and Tina Davis in 5th, 6th and 7th. Mikey Mixter is unfortunately watching from the pits, 13 laps down. Still race it out in our 35 lap A main feature race here tonight, so we can still race for the big one. So Tina Davis coming to a crash there and getting the car to the pit before the yellow flag coming out. So just the 6 cars on the track. Kelly McKellen and Ken McLean battling it out for second and third place here. Has it up high. Ken McLean, though, down low is very dangerous. Dawson Potter in the chat. How's it going, Bob? It's going well, man. Great to see you on the track. How's it going out there, that inverted field? Was that a surprise? Did you see that coming? I forgot to look at the lineup in qualifying and practice just to confirm how the racing was going to schedule tonight, and saw, yeah, the D main, C main, B main, and A main. I was like, nah, I'll just go straight to B main and A main. But C main here, 35 laps. You'll be up in the B main, of course, 35 laps, and then also racing in that 35 lap feature. So 70 laps total between the C and or B main plus the A main feature race here tonight. That's a lot of racing. Oh, the 21 and the 75, that close combat, second and third place racing coming to blows there. Kent McLean looks like he got the worst of it. Back up to speed already. No yellow flag with 2 to go though. Kelly McKellen's going to remain in second. Kent's going to remain in third, just due to the gaps in the field. Chris Perotta is now able to challenge for that podium finish. Wonder if Kent suffered much damage in that contact. White flag lap, so we will jump up to Mike Butler, who will take out the C main victory here tonight, coming through into 3 and 4 for the last time in the C main. He's still got 35 more laps to go in the feature race. The B main and the A main was an accident, I believe. Wait, so we're not calling it there, are we? No, we wouldn't, because it's only an 8-car field. But Mikey Mixter 8th, Tina Davis 7th, Wayne Bridges 6th, Travis McDonald 5th, Kent McLean 4th, Chris Potter 3rd, Kelly McKellen 2nd, and Mike Butler Butts got that C main victory. Let's go over to what is going to be the B main. They had trouble with the setup. Yeah, I mean, like, I know they had trouble with the first setup, and this is the second lobby, so both times, obviously, it's not gone the way they intended, it looks like. Right, let's get over to the race thing so we can trigger that. There we go. All right, so the inverted field for our B main, another 35 lap feature race before our 35 lap main event. Dawson Potter and Bryce Freeze on that front row. Jim Revis and Mike Davis second row. Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood, teammates for Yoda Outlaws, are on that third row. And then Chad Puttable and Jonathan Foxworth on that fourth and final row. Get ready for another 35 laps of green flag racing here at Lanier National Speedway. This is the KP Plumbing Sunday night showdown, UMP Modifieds here in Braselton, Georgia, USA, for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Spit it out, Bob. Spit it out. Brian Angel with a nice job. Butler in the chat. Yoda Outlaws picking up the C main. They can also challenge for the B main victory here. Page truck leaving the track. Here's this one underway. Chewing there. Dawson, Potter, Bryce Freeze battling for that 1 and 2. Bryce Freeze up high. Dawson down low. So Bryce able to build up a little bit of that momentum run first, but Dawson remains calm. Jim Rivers back there in third place, and then behind him, Mike Davis and Brian Angel battling for fourth and fifth. Brett Vanderwood behind him, battling for sixth and seventh. Jonathan Foxworth. We jump inside Jim Rivers' car back to Mad Dogs. Brian Angel, bit of a jump through the order here. Looks like the 11 Bryce Freeze just coming a little unstuck there, falling back to fifth place. Dawson Potter's currently still our race lead. Looks like Jim Ravis has moved his car up into second. Brian Angel third. Michael Mad Dog Davis is fourth. Bryce in fifth. Chad Woodball there in sixth. Brett Vanderwood seventh. Jonathan Foxworth unfortunately in the pits at the moment. Looked like he might have crashed back on lap 3, but caution didn't come out. In so far. Jim Revis has gotten that race car past Dawson Potter, moves himself in to the race and lead. Dawson come back to second. Currently scored in that back half of the field as the caution does come out. Let's see why though. I think it might be telemetry. Whoa! Chad Puddleball and Travis, Mike Mad Dog Davis, sorry, getting into each other after the yellow flag. Caution has come out. A number of cars appear to be crashing. Waiting to get these cars lined up. Looks like there's a number of cars caught up in after the yellow flag. I'm not sure why the caution was called, but Michael Mad Dog Davis, Dawson Potter, Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze, Chad Woodball, all in the pits at the moment. Same with Jonathan Foxworth. He's been in there for about 13 laps though, so he obviously, he's out of this particular race. He'll cut race in the feature. But it's just Jim Revis, Brian Angel, still on the track. I think they're waiting for the other boys to catch up to the pit lane and then they'll roll out. Oh no, this is the green flag racing. at the moment. Everyone else is currently in the pits. Two-car field. Not sure what has happened here. Chad Putterball making a move through the pits, 2 laps down over the rest of the field, so he might be able to really jump himself up to a top 3 finish here tonight. Still just the 2 cars on the track. Chip Rivers and Brian Angel, 2-car battle. It's about 13 laps to go in this B main. Been a very long racing night for the crew. Well, they're pulling up now, it looks like. Going to the pits. I think they're just gonna... I think they can somehow call it if they're all in the pit, maybe. Not sure what is happening here, but we'll have to just roll with it. If any of the drivers are in the chat and know what's happening, let us know. So, unless we're just waiting for everyone to be sort of back, ready to go, and they're just gonna regroup, maybe? I'm not sure, but there's a bunch of cars seem to be rolling back out on the track. Brian Angel appears be in pole position on the mock lineup. Jim Rivers is taking that spot. I'm not sure if they're green flag racing here to race out the rest of the race, or I mean, I believe it is green flag situation right now. It's chaos right now, Bob. It is. It is. It wouldn't be a Sunday night showdown. No. Given the weekend I've had, this is exactly how I expected all of this to go. Revis currently, I guess, our race lead in the B main. Brian Angel, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Chad Putterball, Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze is the 7-car field. Jonathan Foxworth in the pits, and still the only car not to return back to the racing situation. However, it is invert all night, so the A main, I believe, also is an invert lineup. So that will put Jonathan Foxworth at the front of the starting field, giving him one of the biggest Hail Marys you could hope for. That's 32 or 35. It's racing at Russian roulette. Callum McKellen says. Looks like Bryce Fry's back in the crease. read it as it appears, and it should be saying it as it actually is. Bob Bryce Freeze back in the pits. Does seem to be rolling towards pit lane though. Pit exit, sorry. 2 laps to go. Oh no, that car is just crawling through the pits. We are here, white flag lap. Jim Revis is officially going to get the B main victory here. In what was a mad one. Jonathan Foxworth 8th, 7th Bryce Freeze, Brett Vanderwood in 6th, Chap Woodable 5th, Dawson Potter 4th, Michael Mad Dog Davis 3rd, Brian Angel 2nd, but Jim Revis picks up the B main victory. It is invert night though, so good luck. This is our new starting order. It is Mike Butler, but oh no, it's not invert for the feature. Mike Butler, Jim Revis front row, Kellen McKellen, Brian Angel second row, Chris Pryor, Mike Davis third row, Ken McLean and Dawson Potter fourth row, Travis McDonald and Chad Puttable will be on that fifth row, Wayne Bridges and Brett Vanderwood sixth row. Seventh row is going to be Tina Davis and Bryce Freeze. Our eighth and final row, Mikey Mixter and Jonathan Foxworth. Actually, it looks like Ken McLean is going to the rear of field for the win last week. So that will move Travis McDonald up to the fourth row, Wayne Bridges up to the fifth row, Tennis Davis moves up to the sixth row, seventh row is Mikey Mixter, eighth row will now be Kent McLean. $35 more laps. Lanier National Speedway. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's first of 3 nights of racing action. We're starting off the racing week with the KP Plumbing Sunday Night Showdown, alternating dirt, street stocks and UMP modifieds. We're on UMP modified week here at Lanier National Speedway. It has been a big one, almost an hour's worth of racing so far. Boys still got 35 laps of this main event to go. Mike Butler, Jim Revis, front row, Kellen McKellen, Brian Andrews, second, third row, Mike Davis, Chris Pryor, fourth row, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, and Wayne Bridges, fifth row, Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze, sixth row, Tina Davis and Jonathan Foxworth, seventh row, Mikey Mixter, Kent McLean, round out our seventh and final row, 16 cars, 35 laps. This is going to be crazy as our first yellow flag does come out. Dawson jumps to the pit, so let's see. Looks like he might have been involved in something. Tina Davis appears to have crashed. Just trying to see where the there's a bit of a caution. Here we go. I think it's a view off of Tina Davis here, the 79 down low. Oh, there's a bit of a crash up ahead, 27 and 92. Accordion down through the field. Ken McLean also seems to be a part of that one. Reset, get back to the lineup. Grab a quick drink, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we are regroup, reset. We're about to start lap, I believe 2? Yeah. Lap 2 of 35. Well, lap 1 just completely restart the race, in fact. As we get our first lap in, Mike Butler, Jim Revis, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze, Jonathan Foxworth, Kate McLean, Chad Puttable, Tina Davis, Dawson Potter. That field changed a little bit as I was reading it out. I got a bit confused. We'll be right along with Wayne Bridges just back there behind Jonathan at Foxworth, the B-main bandit there outside the 5. See the 5 up there. Looked like Brett Vanderwood coming underneath Wayne Bridges at that time as well. He did. After that B-man, looks like the drivers have regrouped, and that track really starting to get a bit dusty and slick up there. We saw one of those cars up into the wall, the green machine. I'm not quite sure who that was. That's the 00 Mike Butler Butts getting up into the wall there. Still in the top 5, so didn't fall out of the top 5 run, but he's up there behind his teammate Brian Angel. So he's got Mike Davis down below him as well as Jonathan Foxworth. Oh, big crash there, Mike Davis. Looks like Kent McLean as well, I believe. Butts, Bryce Freeze, all part of that. Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood might have not been able to avoid it as well. 9, that one. Let's watch that one play out. A bit of contact there between Mike Butler and teammate, and that is what caused the accident. Come down into Kent McLean, it seems, up into Mike Davis. As I spit it all out, Wayne Bridges also caught up in that accordion sort of effect. Second caution of the feature. I might have jinxed it a little bit. Lap 10 of 35, almost a third of the way into our feature race. We are restarted with Jim Revis on that race in that race on the lead with Jonathan Fox, Tim McCullen, Chapman Bowl, Brian Angel in the top 5. Trust with Mikey Mixed Mix, Product Kent McLean, Wayne Bridges, the 6 to 10, the 11 to 15. Bryce Freeze, Mike Butler, Tina Davis, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Brett Vanderwood, our 16th place car, currently in the pits. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups, end of the burps apparently. Look out the best angle for it there, but looks like the 7 and the 5 just coming into contact there. Mike Davis actually 99. Just trying to read my telemetry. It's giving me a bit of different information. Oh, maybe I wasn't where I needed to be. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Mikey mixed it definitely. He is the 5 on our screens there. I'll work out where my mouse is. 75 and the 7 above him and there, the 4 behind him. Let's see what happens. That's 0, sorry, on the leaderboard, 5 on the screen. Sorry, 5 on the leaderboard, 0 on the screen. I'll get it around the right way. And yeah, the 7 unfortunately just squeezed him up into that wall. Bringing out our latest caution as we reset. course, a couple of wave arounds as we get this one lined back up. This is the KP Plumbing Services Sunday Night Showdown UMP Modified Edition, alternating weekly between the UMP Modifieds and the Dirt Street Stocks. File restart as Pace Truck leaves the track. Jim Revers, Jonathan Foster, Ken McLean, Chris Potter, Wayne Bridges, Mike Butler, Dawson Potter, Tina Davis, Mike Davis, Brian Angel, Travis McDonald, Callum McKellen, Brett Vandenwood, Mikey Mixter, Chad Putterball. 16 cars out on that track. Almost the halfway mark as they get back up to speed. Racing, a little bit of a format issue tonight. I'm not sure. I think it was just the, I believe the invert was intended, the extra 35 lap feature races, the C and the B mains, not intended. It's just meant to be the one 35 lap battle. Now 22 as we complete the 21st lap. That dust makes it very hard to see out there. Visibility looks very tricky. That is kicking up everywhere. Currently focused around the sort of the mid-pack field, sort of 6th to 12th there. Wayne Bridges currently 8th place. There's Dawson Potter, he's almost in that top 5, just up ahead of Wayne Bridges. Looks like Brett Vanderwood lap traffic, part of that pack as well. Brian Angel just ahead of Brian has 5th place at the moment. Oh, contact there, I believe, with Chris Potter, the 27. Yeah, Chris unfortunately flipping over end to end, landing on his roof. Looks like Wayne Bridges also trying to avoid that, come to a spin stop. As we bring out our latest yellow flag. This will be, let's have a quick count. That one our 5th for the battle, coming out on the, I believe, 26th lap, 25th lap. Scroll back. Yeah, 25th lap. So still going to be 10 to go in this battle as we regroup single file. We go and racing. Oh, it looks like it didn't reset back. Lap 28 of the 35. We'll see if it does reset. It does seem to have Chad Putterball scored in the race lead, so I'm not sure that telemetry's fully caught up just yet. As Chad has retired, it appears. Bryce Freeze also retired. Looks like there's 15 cars remaining. Mayhem. It has been mayhem. It's normally Mondays. Monday night mayhem is, and Monday night madness is normally the crazy nights. But Sunday starting off strong tonight. Guys, just checking up for that pace truck. Do not want to let it get ahead. You do not want to get ahead. Oh, the 27 getting caught up with the 8 there a little bit on the takeoff as he gets a wave around. Looks like Mikey Mixter in the pit. So just 13 cars on the track. For the remaining laps in this battle, looks to be about 7 or 8 to go. As we have this one going, while my camera's updating, let's try that one again. There we go. Jim Revis, our race leader. Jonathan Foxworth currently second with Ken McLean, Mike Butler, and Brian Angels fourth, and fifth. Charles McDonald, Mike Davis, Kelly McKellen, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges 6 to 10, 11 to 13. Chris Perrotta, Brett Vanderwood, and Tina Davis. Chad Goodbye, Mikey Mixter, and Bryce Freeze have secured 14th, 15th, and 16th. Unfortunately, either retired or in the pits. About a second lead on Jonathan Foxworth. Jonathan will be defending against Ken McLean, Mike Butler, Brian Angel, as Jim just sort of speeds off ahead of that pack. Next car ahead of him will be the 79 Tina Davis, but she is somewhat ahead. We can just see those 3 cars ahead, the second and first, and Tina Davis's cars. 0, 0 to 29 and the 50, sorry, there's 29 to 57 to 79. I'll get the numbers right in a moment. As we go 2 to go in what has been not really a long broadcast. It's been a massive affair, but for the guys on the track, it has. Everyone's driven 35 laps more than they expected. There has been 70 more laps than intended. That is massive. As we come to an epic conclusion to this night of racing, Jim Revis is going to take out the victory as they just park it in 1. We're just waiting for the results to hopefully come through so we can get through those. Bryce Freeze in 16th, Chad Puttball 15th, Mikey Mixter 14th with Tina Davis 13th, Chris Pryor 12th, Brett Vanderwood 11th, Brian Angel in 10th, Wayne Bridges 9th with Kelly McKellen 8th, Dawson Potter 7th, Mike Davis 6th. Our top 5, however, Travis McDonald 5th, Mike Butler 4th, last week's winner Kent McLean in 3rd, Jonathan Foxworth in 2nd, the B-Main Bandit taking out 2nd place, but Jim Revis, Duke Warrior Racing, getting the job done and getting the victory. We'll get him into the chat and see how he felt about tonight's race. That one going just a little bit longer than the boys expecting. 70 laps and more total, but 35 each for basically the drivers each, as weird as it is to sound. I think I said that correctly. I'm not sure. All right. Like the arrival of Jim into the booth. I would want to stretch my arms and legs and breathe out a little bit after all of that as well. But there it is, Jim in the booth. Congratulations, buddy. It looked like I normally forget to look at the schedule, obviously, prior to the races. So sometimes these things are just as much a shock to me as they can be to you guys. Didn't realize that until I think the second heat that there was an invert field all the way through. But because of that invert field, and then obviously the mayhem with the extra mains, you guys all basically raced 70 laps more total than you were supposed to, but 35 laps basically per driver. How was that, firstly?
It was long.
Oh,
No,
why can't we
it
hear
was
Jim?
fun.
Sorry, Jim, I can't seem to hear you. Oh, you're coming at my speakers
Can you
on.
hear me?
There we go. Now I've got you on both my ears and the broadcast. Sorry about that. Yeah, 35, 30,
Okay.
35 laps extra. How are the arms?
Arms are tired. That was some long racing, especially in a modified that I'm not real used to. I've been practicing them a little bit to run in the league so I can stay up in points. So uh, it was a fun night though. It really was.
It definitely, yeah. Look, it looked fun. Lanier, it's definitely one of those tracks I always say. It's definitely more of a late model track. It was always going to be a bit tighter than usual, a bit more mayhemy coming in, and realistically, I feel like if with the exception of the extra mains, with the over under on cautions, things I don't think it was anything unusual, anything sort of terrible or excessive. It was basically what you would get from your Laniers, your learner viewers is another one. Williams Grove can be a little bit tricky in the UMPs, but like you mentioned there, this is a mixed league division. Sorry, Sunday night showdown. Obviously, alternating dirt street stocks, which is where your talent lies, and the UMPs. So you do need to sort of show up and sort of try and get that top 5 run at least in the UMPs to sort of keep that stuff alive. You are coming into tonight's race. I think you had missed the UMPs for the first week. And I'm not sure if all of the points are added up yet from the Lanier round, and I know we're still going to make up the Land UMP round, but you are currently third, sort of around that third top 5 points run. So, do you feel like that the UMPs as the weeks go on, do you feel like well, as the weeks go on, it's really only been the extra week. Do you feel like you're sort of climatizing to those at the speed, at the rate you'd like to in terms of being able to stay competitive? I mean, obviously you got the win here tonight, so I'm going to say yeah. But obviously a bit of a mayhem, it was sort of Russian roulette as described in the field, in the chat, so that could have really been anyone's. But do you feel like you're climatizing to the UMPs as quickly as you'd hope?
Yeah, I've been a little bit offline practicing and everything, trying to get used to them and the steering and the throttle control and all that. And I'm starting to get it down. So hopefully, like I said, or like you said, I can at least be in the top 5 in these to keep my points live, and then street stocks with alternating weeks. So uh, we'll see. I know they're talking about being everything was kind of really messed up tonight with all the racing and all that. But this one might be a wash, and we'll start fresh
Might consider it a
week
drop
after
week type
next.
of thing. Yep.
Yeah, just make it a wash for everybody. So
It certainly was a lot of racing, but you guys handled it well, as I say, in terms of the fact that you all basically raced an extra 35 laps. But it was good to see. There was a lot of, and even in the feature here tonight, Jonathan Foxworth was, I think, for the first 2/3 of that race, was really a challenger there in not only sort of holding back some great talent behind you, but trying to keep up with you and keep that race alive. And you had your Mike Butler was up there for a long time. Dawson, I think Mike Davis was challenging for a bit. Mikey Mixter, Bryce Freeze was up in that top 5. I like the alternating racing because it sort of not only do you see different names, but with the inverts and things like that, when these guys who sometimes do finish sort of more midfield in the qualifying or in the heat races and don't necessarily get the qualifying as they start with those invert fields, if they do get those opportunities, because that race speed is so similar, a lot of them don't let those opportunities go to waste. So it really does push you on that back foot. It allows you to sort of have to really sort of take your time, and you do learn stuff, even if you are, currently sort of learning such as you are. You sort of still, you learn on the fly quickly. And I just feel like the lineup, I've always said it was sort of good to great, and I think it's great to excellent now in terms of the quality. The people just, everyone's bringing everyone up with them, and it's just forcing yourself to get so much better because you've got so many different people nipping at your heels. You might get used to, your teammate Chad being there, or Ken, Travis, Kelly McKellen, some of those usual names. But as I say, you're starting to see Mike Butler more frequently up there. Um, where it used to be Brian or Brent, Mike Davis, he's due a big win. Wayne Bridges, he's another one that's just just around the corner from Victory Lane. Um, so yeah, so it's got to feel pretty good now. Off to Knoxville, possibly. I think if I've got the lineup right in the Dirt Street Stocks next week, so that's going to feel a little bit more like home for you, I've got to imagine.
Yeah, yeah, I like Knoxville, especially in the street stocks. Just depends. Sometimes depends on the weather settings and everything.
Yep,
Sometimes the track gets multiple grooves, but 90% of the time it's usually slider line one and two, low three and four.
yep.
So we'll just have to see and see what the night brings, and finish where we can do our best at.
That's it. That's all you can do. It's just as good as your last race. So picking up a victory here tonight sets you on good footing, gives you bragging rights for the week, and obviously, a good win at the start of the week does set off your racing week. So best of luck with everything else you've got going on for that week. We wish you all the best of success that we know you are going to get out there. But yeah, before we let you go, and congratulations on the victory, friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out for making all this possible?
I gotta give the guys a shout out here at KHR, man, for putting on the shows. Uh, Gives us all a good place, fun place to race. No drama, no headaches, no none of that. So, first and foremost, shout out to them guys, man, for doing what they
For
do.
sure.
You for broadcasting, man, of course, as usual, and all my guys over at DWR, man. I got to shout out to them. They've been helping me a little bit with wheel settings and everything for the modifieds, along with a few other friends. So, uh, hopefully, I can get these things locked down, and maybe next time we run, I can close in on a top five again.
That's it, my man. Look, I have a little doubt that yeah, you will sort of it's yeah, you're obviously heading in the right direction. Success will be coming your way. The only I guess drawback is that the other guys are getting better, so that competition is going to come along for the ride. That gap will close, so it's only going to get tighter as the competition goes on, which great for me, great for the broadcast. So we'll look forward to watching that one play out, and we know we'll have you in the booth sometime soon. When obviously completely in your control, but we know it won't be too short between visits. So best of luck with everything, as I say, you've got going on for the rest of the racing week, and we'll see you on our screens again soon.
All right, thank you, Bob. We'll
Thanks,
see you
mate.
later.
Bye. All right, that was Jim Ravis representing Dirt Warrior Racing, picking up the first racing victory for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's racing week. It is the Monday night series tomorrow night. Monday Modified Madness and Monday Night Mayhem is tomorrow night. It will be big blocks at Knoxville starting the night, and then we're going to finish off with the Next Gen Cup cars on Bristol Dirt. So Next Gen Cup cars designed generally for asphalt. This one's going to be fun. So make sure you check those ones out tomorrow night. Monday night US, Sunday Arvo, Monday night US, Tuesday Arvo Australian starts around 11:30 a.m. onwards. So yeah, definitely come along and check that out tomorrow. Thank you so much. Kelly McKellen, Travis McDonald, Brian Angel Sr., Kenneth McLean, George McDonald for the likes and the shares of the broadcast. My Twitch chat played up. I know Moist was there with the lurk. Thank you. We had Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, and Kelly McKellen in the chat. Thank you to the lurkers. We usually, I know there's a bunch that are the usual ones in the background just watching. I appreciate you for coming along and checking us out. We'll be back tomorrow, as I say, for the Monday night series, Monday Modified Madness, the Monday Night Mayhem series. As well as my Tuesday night gameplay on Twitch. So make sure if you're not following twitch.tv/BobbethTV, jump on over there, give me a follow. If you want, you can also sub and support the channel that way, but don't need to. But yeah, other than that, you know the drill. Love is all. My name's Bob. Bye.